All right, coming up next, it is our main event, a matchup for the UFC Women's Bantamweight title.
You ready? You ready?
All right, so round one is underway. After her last fight, you heard Bruce Buffer say, and still, UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion. She is trying to have... Oh, big knee!
There's no give on that leg kick.
Stuffs the takedown shot there. How good is her takedown, D? Oh, really using her reach advantage there with that punch, DC. Well, you asked her on Thursday, how soon are you going to shoot? Very early. Nice job getting the fight to the ground here in the early going.
Sometimes taking that shot too early you can find yourself like Ben Askren. But she knew that she held a huge advantage. She implemented exactly what she wanted to do, and now she finds herself in a dominant top control position.
Ben Askren not going to be too happy if he plays EA Sports UFC 4.
He won't be happy with his boy.
Submission attempt for her now.
Watch triangle, watch triangle.
Oh, we're getting a finish here. And that will do it.
Oh my goodness, what a performance.
Yeah, really nice job by her there to execute the submission. Clearly she had an opening and she closed the show pretty effectively there. That is one of the bigger wins of her UFC career. All right, so there's the end of the round, and in terms of offensive wrestling execution, she had it all going there.
Yeah, she had it all working. She did everything she wanted to do. She was racing to position. Once she got to a leg, she didn't pause. She didn't stop. She went right to the finishes that she needed in order to get the fight to the ground. I mean, that was a great display of offensive wrestling.
So there she is as the celebration continues in the corner. The queen of the 135ers, the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion, your winner tonight by way of submission. What a way to get the job done and leave with the UFC gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 1 second of the very first round, declaring the winner by submission due to an arm triangle choke, and still the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Champion of the world, Megan.
Well, not unlike the great Israel Adesanya, she doesn't hope and pray. She aims and fires, and she is still the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion.
What a great champion that rules atop this division. She's the queen of the world in one of the UFC's best women's division.
Coming up next, a matchup for the UFC Women's Bantamweight Division title.
You ready? You ready?
All right, so here we go with round one of this UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship fight. This is the fight that fans really wanted to see. The consensus top two 135ers. Oh, big knee!
Can't take pictures now. She has to react. She has to go chase the finish.
All right, here we go, early round one. Her opponent figures to have a hard time getting inside tonight. Wow! And just like that, the fight is over. Well, that knockout win is useful for the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the world. She lit up this arena here tonight, and you can be sure the celebration is on and will continue deep into the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 41 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Megan
Well, not unlike the great Israel Adesanya, she doesn't hope and pray. She aims and fires, and she is still the UFC Women's Bantamweight champ.
What a great champion that rules atop this division. She's the queen of the world in one of the UFC's best women's divisions.
Coming up next, a matchup for the UFC Women's Bantamweight division title.
You ready? Are you ready?
All right, so round one is underway. After her last fight, you heard Bruce Buffer say, and still UFC Women's Bantamweight champion. She is trying to have him say it again here tonight. She is unquestionably the #1. Back to the feet. Well, she lands the punch there. You know, it's one thing to have an edge and reach. It's another thing to take advantage. Nice job. Oh, big knee.
Wow, she got that respect, and then she capitalized on it. Holy smokes.
All right, Bruce Buffer is in there with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 51 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Megan
And still the hunted at 135 pounds. How good is this women's bantamweight champion, and who's going to beat her?
I mean, I don't know. John, it's going to be very difficult for someone to put together a game plan to get the belt off of this woman. She is a beast of a fighter, and it's going to take a giant effort to try to beat her.